Welcome back to the channel. After a few weeks off there, very happy to be back, and I've got some really exciting topics that I want to share with you this week. We're going to start off with how we can improve compression through awareness of the trail arm movement. I'm going to give you a few simple references for backswing that I've not shared with you before. Hopefully they'll connect with you and help you with your contact and delivery. Thanks once again for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet and you want to make sure you don't miss out on any content, please remember to hit the subscribe button below. Okay, so this week we're going to start off by looking at how we can improve compression. What I want to do is present a couple of trail arm references that would help a player to keep the pressure on the back of their club. So referencing a exercise or drill that I've shared before, where we'd want to maintain the pressure of the trail side into the club in downswing in a way that it somewhat works in unison with the pull of the lead side. Okay, so you can see I'm pressing on the trail side of the club here, a little bit of a gap between my lead hand and my trail hand, just to essentially give a reference or just a visual of what we're looking to create through impact there. Now, when a player loses that pressure in downswing of the trail hand pushing onto the lead thumb here, or the top of the lead thumb, when we lose that pressure on the back of the hand, on the back of the club, that's when we start seeing this kind of emotion there where the club will release, and that's obviously not going to help create that sense of compression that we all like to get when we're striking the ball. Okay, so simple reference points for today. In the past, I've shared references in the move away for the club to pass the hands to pass the elbow in the backswing there, to help with the sequence of the backswing. And that sequence, club past the hands, hand past the elbow in the takeaway, really helps a player to move well around their wrist, which influences the elbow movement, which influences how the shoulder sits down. While that's happening, we're looking for a good rib cage movement, good rotation on the way back as well. But tying into those references, I just want to add one more it's almost very similar. That's why I'm sharing those reference points once again, is that let's see if, I'll show you down the line first, can we get the hands higher than the elbow, but at the same time lower than the shoulder? So can we, through backswing, get the hands to pass the elbows, to be higher than the elbows, but lower than the shoulder? And I've also shared in the past that it can often be very helpful for players to get their elbows at a similar height when the lead arm is parallel to the ground, and it very much works with that position in the swing as well. So can we get the hands higher than the elbows but lower than the shoulder, and then from there, being in that position there should help a player to maintain that pressure into impact. And that's where you go to, from being in that position, you now have the opportunity to do a good job of this exercise here. As you can see, if I was to put my elbow higher than my shoulder, it'd be hard to get the pressure on the club to help it to work also down the plane. So if my elbow is higher than my hands, or I'm not quite achieving that position of the elbow sitting down with the hands higher than the elbow, but the hands are lower than the shoulder. Okay, so that's just very clearly, very simply, that's what I want to work on today. I have mentioned here that you'd want the rib cage to rotate nicely in backswing with that. If the rib cage doesn't rotate well in backswing, it's probably going to be very hard to accomplish that position. So that's why if you were to just work on achieving that little reference there, then it's probably going to help you to encourage your rotation as well. So again, another one that would be great to work on, just a nice slow pace, build the awareness of that position. And because it's quite far through backswing, it's definitely a position where you could just pause there and just chip through. Okay, so let's have a go at one there now. So we're going to get set up quite nicely. Hands higher than the elbow, but lower than the shoulder. We're going to go nice and slow there again. Just chip through. Working in the net, I absolutely love. You can take the attention off the ball flight, put that attention into the movement, and actually work on building more of a movement pattern that helps with your golf swing.